Hi, it's 8-Bit Jeff here. Today we're going to take a look at Debug Disc number 2 for the Atari ST. Games are Dark Man, Mean Machine, CJ's Antics, and Jimmy White Snooker. So let's turn up the sound a little bit first so you can hear the full debug menus intro. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the first game. It's going to be Dark Man. Dark Man, according to Atari Mania, which is my favorite source for Atari ST information, is an arcade platform scrolling game from 1991 by Ocean Software, and it's based off the movie. So let's take a look at Dark Man. Dark Man is a side-scrolling beat-em-up. The first thing you do in it, though, is you try to take pictures to try and make your face look like someone else. Let's take a look at that. I'm terrible at this part of the game. It's just really just, it should just say photographic data. Oh. It's hard to get the thing to right place. When he's down there, it's the best, actually. Damn it. Really hard to know where he's going to be. I didn't get enough pictures, really. So now they knew who I am, so they're going to beat me up as I'm running down the street. And it's a pretty decent side scroller, honestly. I mean, it's not great. It's decent for the type of games Ocean made on the Atari ST. Limited color palette, as you can see. One of the quote-unquote tricks at this time was to sort of limit the ST's foreground colors. It did work in certain ways, but I think some people made a little bit too much use of it. Because you sort of limit what your game can look like. Sometimes it's better to make a fun game than to make a game that looks like an Amiga game. That's what I say. So this is actually pretty fun. It didn't get good reviews, but I like it. It's a little bit like Double Dragon, and it's definitely I did a pretty decent job on it. Not a great job. Still a fun game. Oh, and there's more adventure elements to this too. It's not just a beat 'em up. You're trying to keep on running down. Oh wait. Oops. Uh-oh. A lot of kicking and punching in this now. You can pick things up and throw them. Anyway, so that is. Let's go back here. That is Dark Man. Just a little snippet of Dark Man. The next game we're going to take a look at is... We're going to take a look at Mean Machine by Codemasters. This is a vertical scrolling racing game in quotes. This is a game 1991 Codemasters, developed by Optimus Software. It's pretty fun. I've played this before. I like it. Let's see how this version comes out. machine. Basically, you race and you blow things up. The missiles make this game. It turns it into actually to be like almost like a flying shooter. Qualified. Okay, so that's Mean Machines. The next game we're going to look at is, I think it's called CJ's Antics. Let's take a look at that one. This is CJ's Antics. So CJ's Antics is really called CJ's Elephant Antics. And it's a platform scrolling in quotes. It doesn't really scroll. It might scroll a little bit. We'll take a look. It's a platform game. You jump around on platforms. You got some bombs, you blow some stuff up. 1991 Codemasters, developed by Genesis Software. Let's take a look at that one now. This little elephant. It scrolls only kind of, if you know what I mean. And, do one thing. Codemasters were not great at pushing the limits of the systems they worked on. Although this looks nice and is done well, definitely it doesn't push the limits of an Atari ST. The games are all fun. Most of our games are fun, though. Fun budget games. I like that little mechanic of floating down. So the one really cool thing about this game is sort of the extra added mechanics. So when you float down, CJ puts up his umbrella to float down. Things like that. It's not a bad game. It's not a great game, but and the scrolling is. The scrolling's awful. But like I said, Codemasters would rather make a good game than a technically proficient game, and I think that's what they did here. Although it's not a great game. They didn't do a Darkman by limiting the color palette to try and force the ST to play like an Amiga. They should have just made the ST be an ST. And that's... Alright. The next game is going to be Jimmy White's Snooker. Snooker. And So Jimmy White's Whirlwind Snooker, which I still have problems playing, but it's a pretty good game, definitely. 1991 by Virgin. Actually, it was distributed by Virgin Mastertronic. It doesn't say who developed it company-wise, but it was by the sadly nearly departed Archer McLean. I wasn't the greatest. I was not a good break, but still just getting the hang of it. Check out the. This is. I think this controls the power over here. All right. I think I may knock some balls off the table. There we are. So as you can see, it's a very nice 3D pool game, and you get lots of 3D view of the entire table. You have lots of options for putting a spin on the ball and things like that. But that's Jimmy White's Whirlwind Snooker, again, by the recently departed and sad, because he made some incredible games, Archer McLean. When it came to he almost was, to me, a little bit of a Jeff Minter, especially with some of the 8-bit games he made. Just incredible. He's got some little cool stuff like the balls like making faces at you and stuff like that. Okay, until next time, we will explore a lot more Atari ST games.
An 8-Bit Rocket Studios production.